I've wiped some moisture on this surface. We're going to include this bit of amphaloral to our bit of mahogany, and I've already dampened this surface with a damp cloth, not wet, just damp. Just put a bit of moisture in it. Makes a massive difference. When you're gluing, it gives you a chemical bond as well as a mechanical bond. And so I'm going to glue this camphor onto this like so, so we've got a bit of a ledge, because this is going to be the base for displaying our Lucy Clear river pour tabletop. I've got 3 purlins to choose from. I've got the standard, which is about a 2-hour clamp time in winter, our FX, which is a 5-minute clamp time, and our F20. The FX is great if a flinch falls out and you want to glue it up, and grab a brew and come back and keep machining. I don't think it'll give us enough time to get the clamps on and do it properly before it's set off, so I'm going for the F20, and that way in 20 minutes time I can be cleaning this. We put a thin bead on, and then we spread it right across our surface. Don't leave it in a bead, because what will happen, it'll just track to the nearest exit. And if you got too much on, this stuff becomes a sticky mess. And by just putting the thinnest of bead on, you're making sure that you haven't got too much glue anyway. So just spread him out. Just spread it as thin as you can get it. And it works best when it's nice and thin. Right, so that little bead is enough to do the whole of the face of this surface. No more. You know, you don't want the bloody stuff going everywhere. So you only put it on one surface, then you present your other bit of timber up to it, and it's done. If you look, I've now got it clamped up. See how even with getting the thinnest layer of glue on, I've still got purlin coming out of the joint. That's ideal. You don't want any more. I'm actually going to put another clamp on here because it's not coming out, which means we could have a bit of gap there. Let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, see it's not coming out. See how it's coming out the other spots? I'll put another clamp in this position here and make sure we've got no gap. Notice I've used a backing piece of timber as well. This stuff will open joints up if you don't clamp it tight enough. So I'll get another clamp on. I might put another one on in between these others as well. You'll notice I had gloves on as I was working. Always wear gloves, because you get purlin in your hands and you don't get to a tap straight away and wash it off with hot soapy water. You've got black marks on your hands for 2 or 3 days. You know, work cleanly and you won't have a problem. So I'm going to walk away now, grab a brew, and I reckon 20 minutes time I'll be able to put a chisel on that, just clean up this edge round our tops, and I can start putting some boat coat on. Little tip to get the best of the life out of your purlin is store it in a container upside down. I've just cut the side out of an old detergent container and left the handle on so she sits up on the shelf without a problem, and my open bottles of purlin sit in that, and if it leaks at all it just goes in the bottom of the plastic container. Handy little tip.